Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So it occurred to me today that I haven't actually done a Bridge to Gantry video in a little while, being caught up with the kind of 6 hours of Silverstone and doing various other bits and bobs. And I noticed that the last video that I did was my ring taxi video, and I drove the Porsche GT2 RS MR, which is the current production car lap record holder at the Nurburgring, and it kind of got me thinking, are there any cars out there that potentially might beat that time? And the only ones I could really think of is one of the kind of holy trinity of hypercars that kind of came out a little while ago, which is the Mclaren P1. Now, there is no official time for the Mclaren P1. McLaren set a time. They just didn't tell us what it was. They said it was sub 7 minutes, and that's literally as much detail as we got. So today I'm going to go and take the P1 out onto the track. I'm going to do the entire track rather than just the Bridge to Gantry that I normally do. But before I do that, if you are enjoying these videos, then of course don't forget to hit the like button down below. And of course, if you're enjoying all of the videos that I'm doing, then hit subscribe. Also hit the little bell icon up by the by the side of the subscribe button. Basically because YouTube's a bit funny in the way that it kind of deals with subscriptions, in that you don't get notified every time I put a video up. If you hit the little bell icon, you'll get a notification every time I post a video. So here we are sat at Tiergarten, and this is one of the really handy things about Content Manager, is that you can start on what it calls a hot lap start. So you basically start a little bit back from the start finish straight, and you get yourself a bit of a run up. We want to run as close to the inside of that corner as possible. Like I say, the current record is a 640. I don't think I'm going to get close to that, to be honest, but I am going to see how close I can get. Now, the McLaren P1 has a big old chunk of more power than the GT2 RS. It's somewhere around the 900 horsepower mark, so I'm going to have a real advantage on the straights. I've got DRS as well, so I am going to take full advantage of that. And of course, like I said, the P1, one of the kind of holy trinity of hypercars, with the LaFerrari and the 918. And of course, all three of those are kind of the first generation of, as we round Flugplatz now, and all three of those are kind of the first generation of electric kind of hybrid hypercars. So the 918 powered by a 3.8 litre twin turbo V8, and I'm really sorry if this is all getting a little bit garbled. I am pushing as hard as I can, as well as trying to regurgitate information in some sort of coherent way. Twin turbo 3.8 litre V8, with of course batteries and an electric motor as well. And I believe the electric motor adds somewhere just under 200 horsepower. So the V8 actually only giving the car kind of 700 and something horsepower. But like I say, the whole package combined together giving you just over 900 horsepower under your right foot. And you can really feel it as this car kind of gets out of the corners, and basically what it's doing is it's using the electric power to fill in the kind of torque gap as the turbos spool up. So as we make our way down to towards Miss Hit Miss now, but yeah, so this car also has DRS, which you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be using to try and take advantage of that 900 horsepower on the Duttinger. So we're just going to aim for as fast a time as possible. And it's amazing, we're already 3 minutes into the lap, and I've not even stopped to take a breath as I've just missed the bright side wall there. So yeah, like I say, these cars, when they came out, were fairly revolutionary for the fact that they were using hybrid technology, but not in a way that had ever been kind of done before. they're using the hybrid to fill in the kind of torque gaps. So as the turbos are spooling up, they would use the electric motor just to fill in for the turbo power. As we kind of try and clip the apexes here, there's two, and there's the third one, and you can see just how quickly the speed increases in this car. We're up to 260 k's an hour, and this is where things start to get a little bit sketchy in this car. When you kind of jumping over those bumps at 260 k's an hour, and the car, like I said, literally jumps as we're heading down towards the carousel now. And this is going to be a decent lap for me. I've set myself a couple of benchmark times, and I do have some news on the old hardware front. I've actually got some new kit coming from some kind of friends of mine, so it's going to be really interesting to see if that kit makes me any faster, as we're now well into the kind of what I would call the middle sector of the lap, especially now that we're including the Dottinger Höhe and kind of T13. And I'm really sorry I'm not kind of making much more sense. I am pushing as hard as I can through this last section and just trying to carry as much speed as possible. And it kind of takes maximum concentration. That 900 horsepower is only going through the rear wheels, so you really have to be careful on the throttle, as this car will bite you if you are a little bit too leery with it. And it's going to be interesting going through the Flensgardens to see whether I have to lift on the way down. I think I'm probably going to have to in this car. Like I say, you pick up speed so quickly. As we kind of run a little bit deeper ice curve there. That's one of the sections of track that I really don't get on with yet. I'm going to brake before we get to the kind of jump there at Flensgarden 1. And just see if I can't get the car to turn in. And because this car is so sorted out, you don't really realise, like some of these corners, I'm pushing into these corners at like 200 k's an hour, which is an alarming speed to be going in at. Like I say, in a car that's 900 horsepower. And it's still one of those cars where even today there's not much short of kind of hypercar territory that's even close. Now originally when I sort of thought about doing this video, I actually thought about using something along the lines of a McLaren Senna, something kind of fairly modern. The issue I ran into is that there aren't actually, I could not find a good McLaren Senna mod for AC. This is one of the standard cars that comes with the pack, this P1, and I'm now at the Dottinger Höhe. That's 200 miles an hour. I am very heavily on the DRS here as well, and we are going to have to be very, very careful on the way down to Tiergarten. There's the 640 already gone through, and I'm just going to that's off the track right at the top of Tiergarten. I'm going to continue the lap just because I don't think I really gained anything. If anything, I lost time through that section from running on the grass, kind of AC being a little bit that last corner. There we go, there's a 702, and I bin it going over the line, so you can see just how hard I'm having to push there. Now, like I say, the Porsche GT2 RS MR is a 640, so I've still got 20 seconds to find before I'm anywhere close to that lap record, and I'm in a car that has probably 200 horsepower more, so it just kind of shows you how incredible that car is. But that's all I've got time for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video, then of course hit the like button down below, and of course if you want to see more content like this, if you want to see me crash the car as I go over the finish line, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notification below.